What's up, everybody? DS the Drunk Heavy again today, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the AMA that was put on Reddit by the CCP dev team. But first, I want to apologize to everybody for not being as quick with my videos and as regular with my videos as I probably should be doing. I've been really busy with work. I've been working like 7 days a week, and I just switched corporations from Subreddit to Synergy Gaming. So I've been trying to figure out what what Synergy Gaming is all about, and how they play and how they work things out there. So I've been pretty busy with that, but I'm back at it. I'm doing it again. So let's get this thing going. First off, corporation battles within Planetary Conquest are going to be 16 versus 16. They were interested in going bigger, but if they do that, corporations that are smaller are going to be left out, and that's not good for the game as a whole. When asked about esports, CCP Fox Force said arena-type battles are high on their list of things they would like to implement into the game. As it stands right now, after Uprising, matches between two corps will take place in Planetary Conquest. I think the way this game is structured, having a way to battle other corps without doing Planetary Conquest is a must-have. Some smaller corporations are probably not going to be able to participate in Planetary Conquest, and it may hurt the future opportunities of new corporations being formed. There's no time frame of PvE being implemented. This could potentially hurt the newer players in the game. Not having a way to get used to the game and its mechanics without facing experienced players is most likely going to keep turning new players away from the game. Right now, CCP should be focused on getting new players interested into Dust. It's hard for new guys to get into it when they're getting smacked around like ragdolls every game. Logi LAVs will again be able to repair drop shoots after Uprising. I don't remember ever playing with this feature, but it sounds like a solid one to have. I don't see it being extremely effective, but they will be useful for those solid LAV drivers. I can't drive an LAV to save my life, but the engine is going to be improved when it comes to handling vehicles. So maybe then I'll be able to drive like a normal person instead of a 70-year-old Asian woman. There's going to be improvement when it comes to corporation communication with Uprising. CCP Fox 4 said CCP's focus for this build was implementing Corp and Alliance mail and chat. This is great news, but hopefully it also means that load times for these options and other things in the UI are going to be a lot faster. There's nothing worse than loading up a contact list with over 50 people, because it's going to take forever. He also said that further on down the road, they hope to add more roles for corporations and their members. I don't know exactly what he means by that, but it's really exciting for him, to announce that a little bit. The maps used in Planetary Conquest will change depending on the district and the surface infrastructure. Hopefully, public matches also get a refresher, because right now I'm sick of seeing Manus Peak every other game. There have been discussions about improving the orbital bombardment system. In the description of the FanFest tournament, OBs will be based on how long the Eve flares hold a bunker or a beacon. I have no idea what that means. I don't know Eve at all. I didn't really, get into all the Eve stuff with this video because I don't understand Eve. But the way that sounds is, with your alliance, the ships, they do their thing, and if they do well, you get OBs. And I don't think replacing the war point system with that would really help the game at all, especially for those mercenary only corporations. Although I do believe having Eve Dust alliances should be more important than they are right now. I don't know how effective this change would be. We'll see what happens later on. The plan as far as longevity of Dust is never ending. There are no plans to slow down production and development of the game. There are efforts being made to help new players not get smashed every game, which is great. Hopefully there's some type of matchmaking change for new players. New guys leave after playing, one day, because they don't stand a chance against anybody, and they're tired of just getting killed over and over and over because they don't know what they're doing. CCP Fox 4 said he hopes factional warfare and planetary conquest draw the better players out of public matches. I personally don't think anything is going to change. There's tons of players out there that care so much about their stats. They're just going to go into public matches and destroy these new guys. They probably won't even go into planetary conquest and factional warfare because they cost so much ISK and all that stuff. So it's not really going to help too much. There are currently no plans to support buying or selling characters. I like this a lot. If you want to be a big dog, you have to put in the time. If they did implement a system for this, the pay to win argument would be ridiculous. I'm glad they're doing this. I really do wish though that they would allow name changes, because my name character name is DS10, and I'd really like it to be DS Drunk Heavy. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But I don't think it's gonna happen. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. Uprising won't allow player-to-player trading, but it is in discussion. I guess all of our assault scout logi gear that us heavies have stockpiled because they give us that more than heavy stuff. It's all just gonna sit in our inventories and collect dust. I can only imagine the insanity that's gonna go on once the system is in place. People's gonna be dumping stuff like crazy. I'm excited to take the heavy gear off of people's hands, but we're gonna have to wait for that. Overall physics of the game are going to be the same really as they are now, but there's going to be multiple improvements, such as the nanite injectors are going to have a different activation. I don't know exactly what this means. I don't know if there's going to be a different button to press or what. CCP Blam wasn't really clear with that. He did say they're going to work on a way to fix the location of reviving. As it is now, you inject where the person died, not where the body is. I know lodges everywhere are begging for this improvement. There's going to be a latency indicator. There will be a latency indicator for faction warfare and court battles. You won't be able to see the latency before you initiate battle though, so this function is really just an explanation of why your game is lagging all over the place. It would be nice if they gave you the latency before you initiate battle so you don't get yourself into a terrible position. Overall, the AMA it kind of pissed me off. I love CCP. I love what they're doing with the game. I got their back, but they avoided just about every question about heavies. There are multiple posts of by multiple users asking legitimate questions about heavy suits, costs, weapons, etc. All that heavy gear. And the only response I got from them with my questions was that they were looking into the pricing. What does that really mean? I still want to know why my weapons and equipment are twice as expensive as other types of players. If you don't know, I'll just use the ELM 17 or whatever that laser rifle is, for example. It's only 18,000 ISK. MH82, which is the same tier, HMG, is I believe it's like 38,000. So I mean, what makes the 20,000 is difference between the two weapons? I don't understand it. I'd like an explanation. I'd like to know why our stuff is so much more expensive, because I mean we're really not that much more effective on the battlefield. So having expensive stuff like that doesn't really make too much sense. Other than that, I think the AMA went pretty well. They still didn't answer a lot of the questions very clearly. There was a lot of wait for FanFest and watch on FanFest, making us kind of wonder what's going to happen. I guess, it does make sense. They're trying to get people to pay attention to FanFest. But when people ask a question in a thread that's supposed to be, ask me anything, and you don't give them an answer, it's kind of frustrating. But overall, their information and their input in the AMA, it was pretty solid. So I want to give my big thanks to CCP Blam, CCP Gian, I don't know, JIAN, and CCP Frame. If there's anybody else I forgot, I apologize. But those were the three that I saw all over the place. So yeah, thanks guys for doing the AMA. Really, it answered a lot of questions that we had as a community. Um, and hopefully, that's not the last time you do it. So everybody, thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already subscribed, feel free to do so. Like, comment, all that bullshit. If there's anything you want to see, let me know.